Maybe it's a puppy.
Not unless it's a dead puppy.
Yeah, he wouldn't bring a dead puppy on the first date.
Short people got no reason. Short people got no reason. Short people got no reason to live. Got no reason. They got little hands.
Hey everybody, welcome back to What the Hell Happened to Them? A title fight is brewing. That's right, this season, Eddie Murphy versus Jim Carrey. I am your host, Patrick Skeyhill, and joining me on the line is a man who had the best breasts of all the mothers, Joe Vekeman.
Finally, recognized.
And on the audio boards is the armadillo-wielding Lev Van Rensselaer, reminding me to remind you that you can email the cast at whathappenedtothemcast@gmail.com. And our sponsor this week is Bon Bon Jovi. It'll be the answers to the prayers you've been living on. All right, Joe, what movie are we doing this week? Oh, I'll tell you what movie we're doing this week.
Oh, shit.
Simon Birch, A Wonder Story.
I mean, it felt like road that we've already traveled down.
Why don't you tell us what the hell happens in Simon Birch?
What the hell happened in Simon Birch? Yes. Mark Steven Johnson, right? That's the director of this movie. Do you know? I just want to let you know.
I don't know.
Mark Steven Johnson. He is probably most known for writing Grumpy Old Men, writing Ghost Rider, writing Daredevil.
Well, listen, when I think Daredevil, I think Simon Birch. I'll tell you that.
Let me tell you some of these movies he's directed. He went from Simon Birch right to Daredevil, right to Ghost Rider.
He got caught up in the early Marvel wave. Sort of the worst time to write a Marvel film.
He then goes to direct When in Rome.
I don't even know what that is.
Kristen Bell, Josh Duhamel.
No.
What about Killing Season? Ever heard of that one?
Nope.
I wonder who stars in this Killing Season movie. Wow, Robert De Niro and John Travolta. Who are they?
Would you just say what happens in the movie? Everybody's so antsy to figure out what's going on.
All right, Simon Birch, what the hell happened in this movie? Well, it's about a young boy with stunted growth and is convinced that God has a great purpose for him.
Yeah, all right. That's true.
Yeah, I mean, okay, nailed it.
Have you seen this movie before?
I have not, but I have known of its existence, and that is about it. I really had no idea what it was about, didn't know the tone of the movie, just saw like a poster one time, and I was like, okay.
I get nervous when we do these movies that don't have a Blu-ray release. Because there's usually a reason for it. Like, that's really what it is. It's like nobody thought and or remembered to put this out on Blu-ray yet. That always gives me a little pause. But I'll say
there are plenty of like John Ford movies that are on Blu-ray, so like easy.
We're not doing those on this podcast. I'm not worried about those. I actually think I did see this movie before.
Wow, crazy.
I don't remember Jim Carrey being in it, which makes me think I must not have seen the beginning or ending of it, because I would have known who he was, because I believe this movie was a rental by my cousins, probably around the time it had like just come out on video.
Yeah, when you were like 8 or 9, yeah.
Because I remember, Jim Carrey, first of all, spoils the whole movie right in the first scene.
I know, what the fuck? Weird to do that.
He comes in and he's like, oh yeah, he killed my mother. And then suddenly a flashback hit of like this baseball going and hitting this lady in the head. And then he like crosses the bridge. He goes, I'm sorry. And I go, have I seen this movie? And then other little, like him grabbing, he going boobs and just grabbing the poor girl's breasts as the baby Jesus.
There's a lot of boob talk in this movie. That is one horny young man.
I'll tell you though, what are they, like 12, 13?
I guess it's really
not
12,
out of
13,
character.
Yeah.
Young men are gross
of
at that
course,
age.
But it's just like
gross.
So odd in a movie, like seeing this in a movie now, because sex has completely been like wiped out of most movies, and then especially like coming of age movies, it's like sex. What's sex?
Well, that's what I think is odd here is that it seems like I'm getting one of these God's Not Dead, Patricia Heaton kind of Christian new wave films.
Yeah.
But for a Christian film, it is very open about sexuality, and it is very open about calling the church on its BS.
Yeah.
So I at least found that part of it refreshing.
It has a little bit of the same DNA as Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. But I think that movie's just handled a little better. A lot better.
Do not think I've seen that movie.
That was 2 years ago?
2 years ago?
Yeah.
I don't even remember. I was about to say, like, what was that, like 8, 10 years ago? 2? Don't remember that at all then. 2 years ago.
Benny Safdie plays the dad, and Rachel McAdams plays the mother. Kathy Bates plays the grandmother. It's got a good cast.
Margaret Qualley plays the girl.
No, she does not. No, it's a much younger girl. No, it's like a 12 or 13-year-old girl, not like a 20-something-year-old.
Maybe she was that young then. I don't know.
2 years ago?
Okay. Did I missed in the opening because I was
Margaret Qualley's like 28.
I missed in the opening because I was taking notes on something. Did Jim Carrey's name get mentioned at all in that opening credit slide?
No, uncredited. Hey, guess what? That saved this movie a lot of money on this movie by not paying him. Because let me tell you something.
Yeah.
This budget is listed at $20 million. That's his take-home check. Carrey's running away with it then.
He is credited at the end of the movie, but like buried in the middle. I did notice that.
Yeah, it's Adult Joe.
I didn't see him at the beginning, and then I took notes because, like, I saw you had Apu's wife / French Stewart's love interest in Throw Up from the Sun in there, and then you had Ashley Judd that we last saw in Tooth Fairy.
Wow, it's been that long.
And so I was writing notes on that, and then all of a sudden, like, did I miss Jim Carrey at the end? Did I? What the? And then I thought, are we just doing a high-strung thing here, though? But, like, high-strung, it makes, like, he wasn't, like, super well-known then, so it's easier to hide. You can't hide Jim Carrey in the movie when he's one of the biggest stars on the planet. Like, what do you, who are you kidding?
This is his moment, too. Like, he is absolutely, like, #1 guy.
But at least these producers kept their word, unlike his pal, and did not put him on the poster in any way, shape, or form. Instead, they got, the well-known Oliver Platt back-to-back for us on the podcast.
Oh, yeah, Dr. Dolittle and Flatliners, remember?
Yeah, I know, but, like, we just had him.
We did.
2 movies in 1998. What did they release, like 3 months apart?
Yeah, I know. That was a summer movie. This is like fall. Yeah. This movie was released on September 11th, 1998.
Whoa. Never forget when Simon Birch was released.
This is an adaptation of a John Irving novel.
Oh.
Yeah, okay. It makes sense now, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Sadaris Pools, proud sponsor of the podcast.
Hollywood Pictures. Do you remember that production label?
I remember the logo. It was sort of a who's who of logos that I haven't seen in 25 years or whatever.
Been defunct for 17 years now.
Yeah. You want to know how this movie's old? Yeah. Yes, those logos right there. All you need.
Very, very big in the 90s, though. This was a big output. $20 million budget, box office. What do you think we're making here?
$60 million.
Very generous. It made 18.
Yeah, nobody wanted to see this, huh? Well,
who wants to see this? This movie's weird and sad. It's so depressing.
Yeah, I don't know. How do you advertise? And you're like, hey, you John Irving fans, come on down.
It's just, I don't know if it's trying to be uplifting, but
Did Title House Rules come out yet?
No, that's the next year.
Yeah, so I don't know what you're...
And then it's the big Oscar play.
Yeah. Like, if it came in the wake of that, I'd be like, all right, everybody's just mining the John Irving crap. Like, I'd get it then. Why did you do it now? Why did Jim Carrey want to do this movie?
I'll get to that in a little bit. I'm reading something right now that says originally cast in the role of Rebecca Wentworth, who was Ashley Judd's character, was Sandra Bullock.
Your biggest names in the movie each get out super quick.
Pretty quick.
Yeah, Jim Carrey's got a day of filming as Ashley Judd doesn't make it out of the first act.
I mean, I looked away for a second, and then the next thing I heard is, she's dead? Like, what? I swear to God, I looked away for a second.
Well, I remember watching it, I don't know, I guess I would have been maybe 9 or whatever.
Yeah.
Or almost 9. And being like... Wait, she's dead? How does a baseball do that? She just like got conked. I've seen enough Gilligan's Island episodes to know when a ball object hits you in the head, you just get amnesia. She's not. Why would she be dead?
Is this the same year or around the same time as the Maude Flanders episode?
No.
When she gets hit with a baseball?
I did talk with Lev, and we almost used that clip, but then we thought it was too tangentially related. So we didn't do it, but no, that was a couple years after this.
Well, maybe.
But believe you me, it was not a reference to Simon Birch. It was because of a contract dispute with the actress.
Yeah, the actress one. And then she comes back, right?
Well, ultimately, they did that as the scare tactic. They're like, we don't need you, lady. And she's like, fine.
Jim Carrey plays Joseph Mazzello's character as an adult. Carrey was Steven Spielberg's second choice for the role of Ian Malcolm in Jurassic Park.
I would not have liked that.
Carrey had previously auditioned for the title role in Chaplin, which went to Robert Downey Jr. Do you remember that one?
No, I mean, I remember the movie. I'm just now thinking of Jim Carrey in that role.
That's only important. It's only like a tangent because Richard Attenborough directed Chaplin.
Richard Attenborough of Dr. Dolittle fame?
No.
Well, yes, he was in Dr. Dolittle, as we learned last week, you fool.
Oh, yes.
Didn't know he was a director, though. Yeah, I can see why Jim would want the role, but I just don't think he has that in him.
Not much on this one.
Wait, but why does he do this movie? Is he going through like some weird religious phase or something? Does he know somebody? What's the director's name, the forgettable name?
Mark Steven Johnson.
Mark Steven Johnson. Yeah, 3 extremely bland names right in a row.
Let's see here. I wish there was something about this movie.
You said
this
you
movie...
would get into it. I thought that meant you had
because I was going to
something.
look for it. No.
That doesn't...
I have nothing.
What possesses the man to do?
This is a weird movie to do. Does he have a favor to somebody?
Like, obviously he doesn't need a lot of time to do it, but why? Like, his agents barely want him to do his Friends movie. Why is he doing this complete random movie? Does he like John Irving? Like, I think it would be
it's
really...
funny, because, so you just said, does he like John Irving? But apparently this movie omits much of the later half of the novel and altered the ending. So I don't think he likes John Irving because they completely changed the book. This is a real head scratcher because this movie is
All right. I'm asking Professor Google.
not like anything else he's made.
Well, exactly, and he's not doing it for the money either. So he doesn't like. Is he in the passion project mode? Did he did the Truman Show? Well, I guess that wouldn't make sense. This came out the same year, but like, is he entering his like, what if I do my drama phase? And he picked like the safest drama of all.
Yeah, and it's like he gets in and out. What do you say? Like it's a day or two of shooting, and the rest is just like in the booth recording.
I'm figuring this out. God damn it.
All right, good luck. I will tell you that movie critic Gene Siskel rated it the 7th best movie of 1998. That was like one of his last years of like criticizing movies. And he really liked this one.
Why does he do? Did they say anything about Jim Carrey? They were like, wow, what a surprise.
No, it's like this. It barely mentions Jim. This is definitely he's doing a favor, and that's it. Because he's definitely not getting paid that much for this.
Nobody has said anything about this. There's not even like an interview, like some old print magazine.
And you were shooting down me looking up all Mark Steven Johnson's credits. And like, we have nothing for this episode. We got nothing. You're like, come on.
Like, how is that not everybody should want to know. Jim, why did you do this? What was the thought, Jim?
Yeah, movie's rated PG for language, emotional, thematic elements, and an accident scene. An accident. Let me tell you, that accident freaked me the fuck out. Because I've never seen something that, like, putting that many kids in peril, like that little, like a bunch of little kids in peril like that.
Never seen The Sweet Hereafter? Remember that? Bus falling into a cold river movie?
I don't think so.
No? All right, go on then.
Jeez, that sounds rough.
It is, yeah.
But like the fucking bus driver bails as soon as he hits water. He's like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. The Reverend guy gets his head knocked off, and well, not off.
The Reverend guy, you mean the military commander in all the crappy Godzilla films? Yeah, he's still working.
With David Strathairn? I didn't know that.
Oh, he is. Who else we get? Oh, we had a Frasier alum.
Hey, baby, I hear the blues are calling. Tossed salads and scrambled eggs.
Oh, who's that?
The grandmother in this movie.
Oh, Dana Ivey?
Plays like Frasier's condo board president or whatever, and he tries to run against her.
That makes sense.
Yeah. A great role for her.
Do you know what I know her from?
What?
Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. She plays one of the people at the hotel.
Okay, not the
Tim Curry. And who's the little guy there? What's his name? Robbie?
Oh, Rob Schneider. Rob! Exclamation point.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Yes. Kids stuck on a bus. Yeah, not anybody's favorite.
No, it was just a lot of peril, a lot of like scary thing, and like the fucking little kid is with his shoe caught in the little bus handle, and like he's like drowning, and then fucking little Simon Birch, he like they talk about how fucking little he is, and I'm like, and I don't love the movie, but I was like, I can say I was like, oh, all right, well I thought it was fine.
Fine, but like here's the deal, that movie starts, and I go, wow. This movie's going to blow. And you know what? It just was there. Which is probably the best I could have hoped for after the opening.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
So I'll take it.
Because I liked how they like set up him like holding his breath earlier in the film.
You know what? It actually, probably because it's based off of a novel by a talented author. As much as I don't prefer him, I acknowledge his talent. But like it's a tight script. It's strong.
Yeah.
Hallmarky, but strong.
I agree.
Right, and even playing the real father angle kind of in a pun sort of way, right? Like
it really has a lot of like hammer blows right at the end.
Yeah. Oliver Platt in a role he doesn't usually get. He's fine here. I actually liked Jim at the end. It was sort of delightfully understated.
Especially for him.
Yes, I know. So like I believe he had this kind of like awkward dad vibe to him. Like it worked. It worked well.
What was the joke he says at the end? He like ends it on a joke.
Yeah, he borrows it from the beginning when Simon, the real Simon, made it, not his stupid son. Like they start off in Squirt League and then they move up to Pee Wee baseball.
Oh yeah, Pee Wee.
And he's like, do they want us to go to the bathroom or to play baseball or something like that? And the kid's like, yeah, whatever, Dad. And he's like, all right.
Whatever, Dad. Such a dad joke. It was good. It was good.
I bet you got a lot of that in your life.
Oh yeah, no, I'm really.
You're like, huh, son? And the kid's like, go. Would you just drop me off so I can go to school, Dad? Please, you're embarrassing me in front of my friends.
Well, he doesn't really have that many friends.
Wow, no, your son's antisocial. That's not good.
No, I just don't know any of his friends from school. He sees friends.
He seems like a young, like I don't remember, as a 4-year-old, right? He's still 4?
He's 5 now.
Oh, but he's not in kindergarten?
He's going to start kindergarten next fall because he didn't make the cutoff in September.
Yeah, like I don't remember, like there was like the neighbor girl who lived next door to me before kindergarten, and that was like it. Like who are you meeting, right?
Yeah.
Like you don't have a social life when you're 4. You can't go anywhere.
Exactly. And it was always hard to like find friends for his birthday, and I'm like, hey, who do we invite to come over? How about some of my friends?
Yeah, you basically just invite your friends and their kids over and like hope it's kind of all works out. Anyway, so I guess what we're saying here, listeners, is if you know why Jim Carrey did this movie, please write us, because we can't figure this out.
Yeah, it's a big mystery.
And nobody even like wants to talk. Nobody has remembered a movie enough to even ask the question, Jim, why did you do this?
He's on the press tour for Sonic 3, and someone comes up to him, hey, so in 1998, I was really wondering, what compelled you to be uncredited in the beginning and end scenes of the movie Simon Birch, directed by Mark Steven Johnson?
I tell you, I say, why does Jim Carrey do Simon Birch? And I get, why does Jim Carrey keep doing Sonic movies? Why did Jim Carrey do the Sunshine the Sunshine movie?
Until the end of our lives.
Nobody's talking about Simon Birch because nobody remembers it came out.
Why does he do Eternal Sunshine? That's an easy one.
Yes, but like it happened because I bet you're just like, Jim Carrey doesn't usually do dramas. Why is he doing this? Blah, blah, blah. But people at least remember Sunshine. People or a Hollywood Reporter or even Playboy, they would do these articles following these musicians or these actors, and they'd kind of go like song by song or movie by movie and be like, what was the thought process here? What went on? Nobody wanted to do that for Jim Carrey. He dated a Playboy lady. You didn't want to interview him when you had that opportunity? You had that inroad to him?
Where was James Lipton?
I just need to know. The kid who plays Simon Birch, who, by the way, a role that if this movie came out today would be played by a mo-capped Andy Serkis.
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
Who plays? Did this kid get to do anything else, or is he kind of like stuck in the?
What are you talking about? Oh, are you talking about Ian Michael Smith?
I presume so. Simon Birch, whoever plays Simon Birch. Did he get to do anything else?
It's his first and only film role.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's 37. He's 3'1", and this is the only thing he's ever done.
Well, now that, Disney doesn't need to cast actual dwarves in their Snow White and the Seven Dwarves movie.
He graduated from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology in 2009.
More than I could say for me.
In 2019, he joined a class action lawsuit against the city of Oakland for excluding people with disabilities from the city's rent control program. Oh, so he's like an activist? That's cool.
Well, you can do something with all that Simon Birch money.
Fucking hell. I don't think he's got any money from that left.
Sounds like the producers didn't get any money from that one.
Yeah.
Seems a fine actor. Like, if you had more roles that could utilize that body type, I bet he'd keep getting work.
There was a movie called The Mighty, which Ian Michael Smith was auditioning for, because it was a feature film about a character with his actual syndrome. And instead, they cast a man in the news, Kieran Culkin, instead.
Wow, they wouldn't let that happen today.
I know, right? So then he was recommended for the title role of Simon Birch. Ian Michael Smith was.
Not that anyone's heard of The Mighty either, so.
The Mighty, yeah, no. But the cast for The Mighty, though, let me tell you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rattle off some names here. I wonder if you've ever heard of them.
Okay.
Sharon Stone, Jenna Rollins, Gillian Anderson, Harry Dean Stanton, and Kieran Culkin, and James Gandolfini, right before The Sopranos.
Simon Birch comes out smelling pretty good comparatively, because I haven't heard of anybody in this movie, just about. But
Meatloaf was also in The Mighty.
Mighty should have been a hit with all those people.
Roger Ebert gave The Mighty 3 out of 4 stars and wrote, "What I like most about this movie is the way it shows that imagination can be a weapon in life."
Okay, yeah.
I'm going to watch The Mighty soon.
Yeah, doesn't help me.
I like Jenna Rollins.
You got Jenna Rollins. You got, at the time, probably the most famous vagina on the planet, Sharon Stone.
Fucking hell. Put some respect on her name. She was nominated for a Golden Globe for Best Supporting Actress for that role she was in The Mighty. Not
In The Mighty Joe Young.
Nope, just The Mighty.
No young Joes involved at all.
Oh, get this. James Gandolfini's character's name is Kenneth Kenny David Kane, a.k.a. Killer Kane. Can you believe that?
Yeah, I'm shocked. Gandolfini in a gangster role.
He plays a killer?
What is that crazy?
Jesus. Poor man was typecast so bad.
This movie, a couple things in this movie I found slightly amusing. The turtle doves were literally turtles on doves. They were doves in turtle
doves.
shells. And when it's not really a spoiler because Jim Carrey says it right in the beginning, but when Simon Birch dies at the end of the film, he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna go now," and then he just dies, and you're like, "Oh wow, that's very observant of a young Simon Birch." It was like in Bruges when the guy he jumps off the building. He's like, "Hey, I told you the thing I need to tell you. I'm gonna die now."
In Bruges.
In Bruges.
I love that movie.
Academy Award nominated in Bruges. Hey, you know what? Sounds like we should talk about some Oscar nominations since we
Wow, what a segue. The king.
What have you got for us, Joe? What are some Oscar nominations that have come on? And let me bitch about them.
Well, I mean, some of them are good, some of them are bad, kind of like how it always is.
I've been catching up on these as best I can.
I saw. You fucking knocked a bunch of them out in the same day.
Yeah, still a couple to do, but like I said, those are all streaming, except for this Apprentice thing. I don't know where the hell
That's
that is.
streaming, but you gotta rent it.
Well, I'm not doing that. I'll figure something out.
I'll find you something.
But like
don't
a bunch
worry.
of other movies came back into the theater. They don't want to just get to one showtime for The Apprentice. I got one showtime for Sing Sing. I was at least able to pull that off last night.
You fucking saw Sing Sing?
Saw Sing Sing.
That's been out since August of last year, has not played anywhere, and it's not on demand. They refuse to release that movie. It's so infuriating. Movies have come and gone in the theater, have been released on DVD, and just exist now. And that movie is just someday you'll see it.
Does it exist? Who knows?
Thanks a lot. So Best Picture nominees. We got Anora, great movie. Brutalist, great movie. And Complete Unknown. Conclave, fun. Dune Part 2, I had a great time. Amelia Perez, I'm Still Here. Haven't seen it. Nickel Boys. Great movie. The Substance. Great movie. Wicked. I watched the first quarter of that movie, and then my 8-year-old.
Oh, so you mean you watched the first eighth of the movie?
True.
Yeah.
Good point.
It's nice of the Academy to put a half of a film into their nomination process.
Well, I mean, they did the same thing with Dune last year.
Academy, Wicked is a movie on layaway. You shouldn't be nominating it. And apparently Dune is too, because Dune's not done, despite them saying it was a 2-part movie. That movie's not finished.
But those books go on forever.
Yeah, but you didn't even, whatever. When David Lynch ended his weird-ass movie, at least it felt like the movie was over.
Yeah, it's really, like, squished together at the end.
It's aggressively abrupt of an ending. You're kind of surprised the movie has stopped, but at least you're like, all right, I guess I got a full thing. There was no setup for anything else.
Mm-mm.
All right. Let's talk about Amelia Perez, because everybody...
Oh, sure. From penis to vagina.
Like, what?
That shit's wild.
First of all, why did I think Angelina Jolie was in this movie?
She's in a Pablo Rain movie that got completely ignored. That's on Netflix that you can watch anytime you want.
Okay.
Called Maria, about an opera singer.
Maria. Okay, so I watched this movie named after a different woman that was an opera. Not really. And I guess I got confused along the way.
Wait, you watched a different...
I watched this one, Amelia
Jolie?
Perez.
Oh, okay. Well, this one was actually nominated for things. So.
I was like, wasn't Angelina Jolie supposed to be in this opera movie? And then I'm like, is the drug guy gonna turn into Angelina? That would be insane.
That would actually be insane.
Then she just like wasn't in there, and I was like, what movie am I fucking thinking of? Oh, different opera movie. Gotcha. What is the people's fascination? Like, this feels, quite frankly, it feels like when Joker came out, and everybody and all these old people were like, wow.
That's an interesting comparison.
Never saw anything like this before. This is kind of wacky. Look, it's got some music, it's got crime, it's got trans people, and I am just so completely like, what a great year for musicals not advertised as musicals, right?
What, the monkey one? The monkey one was definitely advertised as a musical.
No, I don't know.
It's the only one that was.
Wicked's got monkeys too. A lot of monkeys.
Wicked is hilarious because that is a like big Broadway musical, and it was like, hide this. They can't know that they sing in it. And I'm like, they sing in The Wizard of Oz, you fools!
Like, what are you all afraid of? When the Wonka thing came out, like, what are you all afraid of?
Yeah, exactly.
Look, these movies are clearly very popular. It wasn't because you hit it. It's based off of a music. Your whole reason you're making the movie is because it's based off of IP, which is the reason why you made it at all.
It's just
and
so
everybody likes the IP
IP
as a musical. All right. Why? What is the fascination with Amelia Perez? What is everybody?
I honestly have zero idea. The songs suck.
They're barely
not catchy
songs, and I don't know. It says it was based off an opera libretto, but most of the time people aren't singing, so I don't understand why it was an opera, or like, was it that heavily adapted? They said, we can't have that much singing. That would be crazy.
I will tell you, though, it is almost a guarantee that Zoe Saldana, she is the guarantee in this for Best Supporting Actress.
All right, let me go see Best Supporting Actress here.
I'll give them to you. But she's the best thing about it, out of everything in it, I think, like, hands down.
The problem is that this movie is just a giant cartoon. Massive, overstated, broad... Somehow your trans musical crime drama is as broad and as flavorless as can be.
I was just bored with it. That was my problem.
I was bored. I was talked down to.
Yeah.
This sounds like something... If you just said, Patrick, experimental opera about trans crime lords... dealing with kind of redemption, and I'd be like, all right, I'm listening, go on, and you found the most uninteresting way to do it as possible.
But it's also like very odd that it's a trans story, because it seems like the character doesn't want to be a man anymore, because that's like her get out of jail free card. That's how I interpret it, because it's so odd.
I don't know. It seems... I don't know.
That's not the reason... that's not your reason to transition.
It seemed like she was referring to it as like, I need to do the... It just happened to be a good get out of jail free card, but it seemed like she had been contemplating it for a while and felt really happy to feel like herself. That's fine, whatever. But
it just felt like a convenience at the time because of all the
could
circumstances.
be. I don't know, and that's a fair thing to say. And then there was also this idea. I don't know. It like you were right when you called it this year's Green Book, because it was the theme is like, if you change your gender, do you still change your morality? And to some degree, the movie was like, yeah, of course, anyone can. But on the other hand, they were also like, no. And I'm like, well, what is that? And the change happened so quickly and easily. Then there was also, was it Zoe Saldana just like opens up and she's like, I can never be anyone famous in here because I'm black. And I go, that has yet to come up ever. At all. You're just sort of like kind of feeding the woke people. And listen, I don't use woke disparagingly the way the alt-right people do. Woke to me is like white people trying to feel good about themselves by proclaiming a bunch of things that don't actually mean anything. That no real action is taken. You want to be woke? You got a great trans movie. It's called I Saw the TV Glow. No one's talking about that movie.
And it 0 nominations. And it was one of the most interesting movies of last year.
That movie, by the way, also has a shot of a person giving an impassioned speech with astronomy happening in the background. Great cinematography. But script? You don't even want to give it script? You assholes.
Yeah, I know.
All right. Who are these best supporting actresses?
Best supporting actresses this year are Monica Barbaro for A Complete Unknown.
Forgettable.
Ariana Grande, Wicked.
Embarrassing.
Felicity Jones, you saw Wicked though, right?
Yes, I did. That's how I can say it. Embarrassing.
I saw her in one scene. I'm like, Felicity Jones, The Brutalist.
Good.
Isabella Rossellini, Conclave.
In it for 7 minutes.
I think it's actually 4. And so there's like, she has that one scene where she gives like a little speech, and then there's other scenes like her like making copies. Zoe Saldana.
No. So Felicity Jones, she's the guy's wife.
Yes, she comes in the second half.
She's the supporting actress?
True supporting, yes.
Who's the lead actress?
I would say there are no lead actresses in that movie.
All right, I'm not going to get into that.
That movie is about 2 boys.
Felicity Jones is the only consideration, and the fact that she's not going to get it is a crime. Based on this list, I don't know how you don't give it to her. It almost feels like a gimme. I'm not even tossing up between 2 in this one. I go her, the only one. The only one. The end.
I mean, yeah. There's a lot of like career ones in there, like Isabella Rossellini,
definitely a
Zoe
career
Saldana,
one.
and Felicity Jones, because Felicity Jones has done a lot of work to prop up shitty male winners, like I'm talking fucking Theory of Everything, the fucking bullshit that movie won. That was Michael Keaton's Oscar for that
movie.
Fine movie.
What movie? Michael Keaton? Birdman?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Fine.
Theory of Everything. What a stupid.
That pisses me off. And then like, who even is Eddie Redmayne now? Like, he did nothing after.
Somehow he's done not very much, and yet also not gotten swallowed up by Marvel. Like, where did he end up?
I don't know. He's on some like streaming show now.
Oh, well, that's why.
I think he's an assassin or something.
What? An assassin?
I know, right? He's definitely an assassin.
The Danish assassin.
Jesus Christ.
All right, best supporting actor here.
Yes, the other shoe-in for this one. This one is like almost sewn up already.
Yeah.
Yura Borisov, Anora. Kieran Culkin, A Real Pain. Edward Norton, A Complete Unknown. Guy Pearce, The Brutalist, my winner. Jeremy Strong, The Apprentice.
All right. I haven't seen The Apprentice. Haven't seen Real Pain.
Oh, Real Pain's easy. Just watch it on Disney.
Yeah, I know.
It's great. I loved it.
It's a part of the plan. I just can't speak on them at this juncture. When we do the actual reveals, I will have seen them.
Of course.
The Anora one almost feels too under the radar.
I know.
It's impressive it got nominated at all. It's so quiet.
His family, like when I saw a video of like his family seeing his nomination, it was a very touching moment.
Yes, very nice. Edward Norton, Complete Unknown. Yeah, whatever, fine. It's not like he was bad.
He's good in it. He's fun. I don't know.
It's not bad.
He was the prince that was promised like 25 years ago. And nothing came of it because he has such a bad attitude.
Yes. So Guy Pearce, yeah, fine. Totally fine.
Guy Pearce.
No problem with that.
I love him in that movie.
All right. What about our actors? Because I have strong opinions about both of those. So which gender do you want to go with first?
Yeah, let's just do actor.
Okay.
Adrian Brody, The Brutalist.
Yeah.
Timothy Chalamet, A Complete Unknown.
Yes.
Coleman Domingo, Sing Sing. I want to see that one. That's the only one I haven't seen. And Ray Fiennes, Conclave. Sebastian Stan, The Apprentice. He got nominated for the wrong movie. I'm sorry. Sebastian Stan should have been nominated for A Different Man. That is clearly the way more interesting. That's on Max. Watch that immediately.
I haven't seen either of those movies. I'll check them out.
Get to it this week. That one I want you to try to watch this week.
I'm not buying into the Shalamania. I'm not. He was there. He did
I mean, you're crazy.
He did some silly high-pitched voice at the end, whatever. Not an interesting role. But I will tell you, I liked Ralph Fiennes and Conclave. I liked Adrian Brody. I would easily pick them both over Timothée Chalamet. But having seen Coleman Domingo last night in Sing Sing,
yes.
I don't know how you do not pick. 2 performances this year have brought me to tears. On the back of the performance, not on the back of the scene, the writing, or the direction. Him and Pamela Anderson in The Last Showgirl.
Oh, he's in that too. Wow. I really need to see this movie.
No. He's not in that movie.
Oh, okay.
Pamela Anderson in The Last Showgirl and Coleman Domingo in Sing Sing are the best performances I've seen all year round.
Wow.
Coleman Domingo, it's almost, I went in and I'm like, is this going to be like the Naiad thing? Like you just have a talented actor in a movie nobody's cared about?
No, that he has done that role though, where he's just like a talented actor.
Yeah, and he did the Rustin thing last year where he basically just had a silly high-pitched Timothée Chalamet voice. And I didn't think was, so I was like, oh, maybe it's just like memory, right? Like, oh, we need a 5th person. Who do we? Oh, well, he was a good one in that movie last year. Let's just nominate him. We don't have any. No, legitimately earned it, despite nobody apparently having seen this movie.
He has been talked about as best actor all last year, and I've been like, okay, I want to see the movie. Let me see the movie.
And that movie could so easily have been the stupid Hallmark kind of like Blind Side, kind of like one of those feel-goody sort of. No, he found some real heart. Apparently, all the actors, when I was watching the credits, are all played by themselves, just former inmates that were part of this program.
Yes, another thing I want to.
Genius! It worked. I didn't even know. I couldn't tell. It was incredible. His co-star, he has a weird name, I forget.
Yep.
Awesome as well. I was surprised he was a non-actor.
He was supposed to get that supporting actor nomination, but he got passed over.
Because apparently nobody saw this movie. I'd pick him over a good chunk of these. Yeah, obviously, everybody just likes the pretty white boy, fine. And he's been in a million movies the last 2 years, so he's just in everybody's mind. I get it. It's just not deserved over Coleman Domingo. It just isn't. They don't compare. They don't compare. Shalamania wins the day, but no, it's just not right.
Chalamet is becoming the new Leo DiCaprio. And we haven't had one of those since Leo.
Unimpressed with Timothée Chalamet. Unimpressed. Boring movie.
Do you like Leo, though?
I don't hate Leo, but I'm not going to see a Leo movie. He's not bad in a movie I've seen him in. I've yet to see a bad Leo performance, but I'm not going there for Leo. I will go now to see a Coleman Domingo movie.
Hell yeah.
He's won me over. I will definitely... Was he in Color Purple last year?
He was.
Did he get the twofer? He got one of each?
I don't think so.
Didn't get the nom for supporting actor in that one?
No,
right.
I don't think so.
Well, I'll watch him in anything now. He's blown me away.
You should, if you haven't watched it, he is great in this movie called Zola.
Zola. No, I have not.
It came out a few years ago, right at the opening up of the pandemic.
Zola? You mean the wedding planning website, Zola?
No.
Where the fuck am I? That's all. There we go. 2020.
Yes. It came out in 2020, but it was released the next year.
American black comedy crime film.
Hell yeah.
All right.
It's great.
I'll check this out.
It used to be on Max. I guess it's not on there anymore.
No, it looks like it's on nothing now.
Yeah, well, I'll find it.
So I'm sad none of you listeners can go find Sing Sing apparently out there unless you're in the LA area, maybe the New York area.
Well, it's funny because, it's not, you can't watch it anywhere, but A24 finally released on their website that you can pre-order the Blu-ray. It hasn't even come out on streaming yet.
So that's another reason why nobody's seen the movie. It's just not available to be watched, and that's unfortunate. Coleman Domingo deserves better. I'm sure he'll win something somewhere down the road.
Well, now I really want to watch that, but because I haven't seen that, I would give it to Adrian Brody. I thought that was
Adrian Brody I like too. Adrian Brody I like.
Incredible.
Ralph Fiennes I thought was good. Again, I haven't seen Sebastian Stan, but Timothée
Rafe
Chalamet
should have
is
won
the
it
least...
for a bigger splash. It should have been for that. He was not even nominated.
Another movie nobody probably saw. So
that movie is incredible, and I know you haven't seen it yet.
Okay, best actress. I've already said who I think it is. embarrassingly left off the list.
Wait, who'd you say?
Pamela Anderson.
Oh, yes. I was surprised too.
Get these wicked people out of it.
Cynthia Erivo, a Wicked.
Yeah.
Carla Sofia Gascon, Amelia Perez. Mikey Madison, Honora. Demi Moore, The Substance. Fernanda Torres, I'm Still Here. She took Pamela Anderson because she was the only one that was kind of like, oh, okay, for I'm Still Here. Fernanda Torres.
I haven't seen that movie. I'll speak on that. Get Pamela in there. Like, it's a crime.
I would just be happy with if it's Demi or Mikey. Give it to the new ingenue, or give it to Demi as like a huge career achievement. Because first nomination. If she wins it, that'd be incredible.
My thought is I don't know, if Amelia gets this momentum, that it could just like carry everything. But my thought is
insane.
Is Demi Moore, I feel like would be the hat tip from the Academy.
I think that'd be really cool.
Mikey, I'm trying to think which performance I liked more. I liked them both. Like
Yeah, no, it's a real like coin flip.
Or like
for me.
which one's the harder role to do well? And I don't know. I can't pick. Mikey has more screen time and has to do a lot more.
Yeah.
In the aggregate, but Demi's performance is a lot denser, what she has to pull off.
So much going on with Monstro, a legacy.
Yeah, and then has to be like a face at the end of the film.
It's crazy.
Yeah, either one would be fine there.
My 4K is delayed right now because it's on back order because there was no more left. I ordered it too late. Isn't that crazy?
Wild, yes. All right, screenplay. Original screenplay, to be specific.
Honora, Sean Baker. The Brutalist, Brady Corbett and Mona Fastfold. A Real Pain, Jesse Eisenberg. September 5, Mortiz Binder and Tim Feldbaum. The Substance, Corley Farge.
You could take September 5 out of there. You could put, I don't know, I Saw TV Glow in there, and it'd be fine. Or like, I guess there are like a number of films that weren't allowed to be nominated or picked.
It's true.
And based on what seemed to be nothing substantial, like Bird, which I really loved. Mm-hmm. I don't know what goes on there, why the Academy's like excited to push films out. I think they just don't want to watch movies, is my fear. I would take out September 5, slot in one of those two movies I liked.
It's really weird that September 5 got in there.
It wasn't like a bad film, and I could see this. I could see why they would pick it. But they were better options. Like it's not embarrassing that it's there. Like Amelia Perez is over in the following one, but
yeah. I just listened to an interview with Steven Soderbergh, and it was his recommendation for a film that his last great film he saw was September 5, and I'm like, And then the Sean Fennessy who was interviewing him was like, "So what did you like about it?" He's like, "No notes." Like,
I don't know what to do with that. What do I do with that?
He liked it. He was like, I wouldn't change anything about it.
I might. I kind of find fault with the central premise of the whole movie.
I haven't seen it yet, so I'm that's another one that hasn't come around here really.
I haven't seen A Real Pain.
I really liked it. It's short. It's very good. I liked it. But I'm also like a simp for Jesse Eisenberg. I will watch literally anything that he's in. Yes. I don't care. I don't care if it's dog shit.
Don't know what I would do for this. I would if I'm giving it to Honora, it's because I like Sean Baker career-wise. I don't think this is his strongest script, but I would give it to him because I think he should have won a screenwriting award. And The Substance I would give it to because it's such a bizarre kind of idea.
Yes.
So the originality of it's pulling me in.
Mm-hmm. I just
maybe
want
The Brutalist.
Whatever's not going to win Best Picture to win Best Screenplay.
Yes, I'm not sure. All three of those I'm fine with. Real Pain, maybe I haven't seen it yet, so I can't speak at that.
I hope you like it.
Adapted screenplay, though.
Adapted. A Complete Unknown. James Mangold and Jay Cox. Conclave. Peter Strong. Amelia Perez. Jacques Audiard in collaboration with Thomas Bidagain and Leah Massais. I'm guessing. I'm butchering these names. And Nicholas Lavecchi. Nickel Boys. Ramel Ross and Jocelyn Barnes. Sing Sing. Greg Kowidar and Clint Bentley.
I want to quickly talk here about Nickel Boys, because I've been getting a little razzing, because in my Nickel Boys Letterboxd review, and I'm like, I look forward when the Academy doesn't acknowledge this, and they're like, got Best Picture, got Best Screenplay, whoa. And I'm like, well, if there weren't 10 Best Picture options, it would not be anywhere near.
Oh, absolutely, no.
Near there. And two, let me be very clear, it didn't get a Best Editing vote.
Uh-huh.
The movie is built in the editing. The movie does not, it's probably the movie that needed editing the most And that they don't acknowledge the strong editing in that for films where the editing was negligible. Amelia Perez.
That is nominated.
Yes, I know. Shows that they didn't actually give any strong consideration, any afterthought to Nickel Boys. They didn't.
Well, that editing award has now become a joke because the fucking Bohemian Rhapsody won that year.
Nobody knows what good editing is, so they just they down ballot vote, right? They have their best picture winner, and then they just, for all the categories I don't really know about, they just sort of down ballot it.
I would say that the Brutalist film editing nomination is good. Wicked? What? You didn't even put the second half of the movie in there.
Nothing here in editing, particularly. Maybe Honora. That might be just knowing the backstory of, like, I just imagine many of those takes went on twice the length, 3 times the length. There was a lot of improving. The craftsmanship to build that movie out of Sean Baker's film style, I bet needs some strong
the
editing.
Substance could have gotten an editing award.
Like Wicked, whatever, Amelia Perez, whatever. Even Conclave, a movie that I like. The editing is not one of the noteworthy things of the movie. So that they left Nickel Boy out shows that Nickel Boy is not a serious contender in either of the 2 awards it's gotten.
Yeah, it's a pat on the back.
Despite being, probably one of the strongest films of the year. So, fuck you guys. Fuck you, Academy. I was right. You guys are jerks. You're going to nominate something shitty. You're going to give the award to something shitty. Anyway, Best Adapted Screenplay. Nickel Boys would be a good one. Even Sing Sing thought was a strong script. Conclave, fine. Not exciting pick, though, and didn't like the other 2, as you know. Unamused by either of those.
So, do want to double check, but Amelia Perez is nominated for a Best International Film. And when it gets a Best International Film and then Best Picture nominated, that's a cheat.
I agree. I don't think you get to do both.
Give it to someone else, because clearly you guys already think it's worthy of the whole race of Best Picture.
Yeah, right. I'm still
Get
here.
it out of there.
I'm still here too. Is both.
That's in there as well. So it's probably going to be, if Amelia Perez wins Best Picture, then I believe I'm Still Here will win Best International Film. I know it goes the other way around, but still.
Yeah.
It's nice to see Flo nominated, even though I haven't watched the movie yet.
Flo is good for both animated and international film. I haven't seen Girl with the Needle. Haven't seen Sacred Fig. But I want to see that one. I haven't heard of this Denmark film, this Danish film.
No.
But I'll check it out. I plan to see I'm Still Here anyway for the other categories, so I'll check that one out. I haven't seen enough of these films to say. I also I would give Flo Best Animated Feature, most likely. I haven't seen the other, most of them.
Yeah, but I think you got a soft spot for Wallace and Gromit, right?
I know. I didn't know they came out with a movie, quite frankly.
Yeah, it's on Netflix right now. It's nice. I watched it with Julian.
I'll watch that. I'll watch Wild Robot. I've never heard of this Memoir of a Snail film.
You've already seen Inside Out 2.
That one I'm certainly not picking.
It's not very good.
Certainly not picking. And you know what? What's good is I think it is bad enough where I don't think the Academy's going to pick it either.
No, I think they were just like, hey, Disney didn't really get any nominations this year.
I mean, I bet enough people saw it and liked it, but it feels like
sure, you know what it was? The highest grossing movie of last year.
Yeah, there you go. It feels like Wild Robot they'd want to give it to, but maybe they'll be like, hey, this Flow thing's kind of kooky and, made by some guy in his basement or whatever, so let's do
think
that.
It's up between those two, the Wild Robot and the Flow.
Wait, what are the other ones people care about?
Well, I'm pissed about the Best Original Score not being that Challengers isn't nominated, which had the best score of last year.
Oh yeah, let's talk about score. Where is the score?
Score this year sucks.
Well,
this sucks.
What confuses me about score is both Amelia Perez and Wicked are in there. They are both based on musicals, using music from the musicals. What percentage of that film is actually original score? 5%? Maybe 10%? It's another one where just nobody knows score. So they're just like, oh, I like the music in that. Fuck you, you ass. There needs to be like a 80% original. And that just can't possibly exist in Amelia Perez and Wicked. It just can't. I refuse to believe it. It's a bunch of bullshit. The Brutalist, the only one in this film where the score seemed to actually enhance the picture.
Absolutely.
And also be thematic with it, too. This kind of angry experimental jazz. That movie's not the same without that music. So it should win it.
It feels like an easy win for the Brutalist in that one.
It sure does. It really doesn't have any competition here. I guess I haven't seen The Wild Robot, so I don't know.
It's fine.
Whatever.
It's I don't know. I think it's fine. It's not nothing too
I
memorable.
think that's the bulk. Oh, I guess we could look at cinematography here. All right. Oh, this is that Maria movie you were talking about. That Angelina Jolie thing. Okay.
Yep. The Brutalist, Lol Crawley, Dune Part 2, Greg
Lol.
Fraser, Amelia Perez, Paul Gilholm, Maria Ed Lockman.
That's got to be like Guillaume, something like that.
Guillaume?
Paul Guillaume. That feels like a Frenchie.
Paul Guillaume. And Nosferatu, Jaron Blanche.
That feels Slavic. So like Yaron Blashki.
Okay, well, fine.
That's my guess. You might be right.
No, I'm not right.
You might be right. That's where my gut takes me.
Yaron.
All right. I haven't seen Maria. I don't get the fascination with Dune 2. I know everybody's like, infrared, blah, blah, blah. And I go, okay, but so
Greg
what?
Fraser is one of the best living cinematographers at the moment.
right.
Working right now. Incredible.
If you wanted to go expressionistic, you could do Nosferatu.
Yeah, no, I think it should get something, but also...
Maybe The Brutalist.
Brutalist looks incredible for a $9.5 million budget.
That's a good point. All right. And then best visual effects is Alien Romulus plus a bunch of monkey movies. So
Is it really just a bunch of monkey movies?
They all got special effects monkeys in them. It's kind of... I guess I don't know. Oh, yeah. Dune has special effects monkeys. Oh, no. Gladiator had
That's
monkeys.
the only one that
Gladiator
doesn't
had
have
monkeys.
Yeah, Wicked has monkeys. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Better Man. Monkeys.
All right. Well, obviously, there's more categories. You don't want to listen to that. We'll save that for when we do the big reveals.
Amelia Perez has 13
Amelia
nominations.
Perez leads with the most.
The entire, online critical community, for movies is just, has their hands up in the air saying, why? What's going on?
I have not heard of that movie. I did not hear about that movie.
No one cares about
Until
it.
these nominations came out. Until 13 nominations came out for it.
Do you know who's hosting the Oscars this year?
No.
Conan O'Brien.
Well, I like him. I'm still not going to watch, but I like him.
It's streaming on Hulu.
Yeah, not going to watch it. You'll just have to tell me about it the following day when we record, and that'll be fine.
So the real race isn't going on right now. Voting begins on the 11th and ends on the 18th.
February?
Yep, and the awards are on the 2nd of March.
All right, well, everybody go watch Sing Sing and Nickel Boys.
Please.
For the love of God.
Nickel Boys was actually playing around here. Sing Sing has not.
Nickel Boys got a wider release after the nominations. It
Wild.
wasn't playing in my theater, and then now has 6 showtimes. Sing Sing, I think, had just left, and they brought it back for 1 showtime. 1 6:15 showtime.
So the one nice thing that Regal does around Oscar time is that they will put all 10 nominees in the theater for 2 weeks.
Yes.
Three a day. So Amelia Perez is actually going to be playing in a theater, which it has not done yet.
Great. I'm sure everybody will be super excited to go watch that.
But that means the Brutalist and Nickel Boys will be coming around again.
Well, that's interesting because AMC's like, oh, hey, we're doing an Oscar Best Picture marathon. You can come for a 24-hour marathon and watch all of them in one sitting, or watch in 2 blocks of 5. Oh, I'm sorry. I actually mean 5 and 4 because Amelia Perez is apparently not screening at the AMC.
I mean, it's a long day. Just with the Brutalist, Nickel Boys, that was a 7-hour day.
So
for
I don't
me.
know what Netflix beef they've got with AMC because they also wouldn't show any of The Rock. Like Red Notice wouldn't get to play in there. It did play at the other theater in my city, so I don't know what the problem is. But if they're gonna play it at Regal but not at AMC, there's clearly some shots being fired.
Yeah.
All right, another not super interesting year of selections from the Academy.
There's some ones that snuck in.
I sometimes wonder if having it be 5 extra Best Picture winners hurts those films' chances in other categories. Like, it lets people be like, yeah, YOLO, Wicked, that's fine. Whereas if you only had 5, they'd be like, they're going to have a second one anyway. Is it really one of the best 5 films of the... But when you're 10, it could be like, but whatever, who cares?
I'm not going to tell you any lies. When all of the buzz I was hearing online the week after Wicked came out was, oh, this is Best Picture. This is going to win everything. I'm like, excuse me?
That's insane. Wow. My Sing Sing crowd was surprisingly big for a movie nobody's really heard of that had 1 showtime.
This might be the niche crowd that has been waiting for it to come out for the last 6 months. They're like, oh, finally.
I was expecting to go into that movie and there'd be like 4 people there. It was like half full. I was somewhat impressed. I was like, good you got. And some people in there, they stayed after the credits and they were like crying. They were like in it. I was like, yes.
Oh, wow.
Go for it, guys. You're not Academy voters, probably, but yeah.
Of course not.
All right. Well, thanks for listening for 20 minutes of Simon Birch and 50 minutes of Academy Award pitching. If any of you know why Jim Carrey did Simon Birch, please email the cast.
Who is Simon Birch? We answered that for you.
Please email
His
the cast.
His name's Ian Michael Smith.
What happened to
He's
them?
done one movie, and now he's like a software engineer or something. I don't know.
If you know why Jim Carrey has done Simon Birch, please email the cast at whathappenedtothemcast@gmail.com. What's your last looks, Joe? You have any last looks on Simon Birch?
Simon Birch. Well, honestly, I wasn't expecting him to die at the end of the movie. That was a fucking like.
You see the
hammer blow.
You see the tombstone at the beginning.
I know,
he dies
I know,
at 12.
I know, but I was still like, yeah, I know he dies at 12, but I'm not gonna watch him die in the movie.
Maybe this will be like the adventures of Huck Finn and Tom Sawyer, and they're like dead, but they're actually not dead. They're like he's looking down.
Like you see him like jump from behind the tombstone.
Yeah,
Like, hey, I'm still here.
It's, yes, I stole your gold. Ha, sha, 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 sha.
No, I'm not doing that. No. I was just saying, like, he was like, because he's a little trickster in the movie. He does some funny jokes on his friend.
All right. My last looks. Why does Jim Carrey do this movie? I don't know. We don't know. I asked you to let me know, everybody. So, the end.
Let us know.
It's weird that he does this movie. I really want to know because it just doesn't fit in with what I know of the Jim Carrey timeline circa late 90s, early 2000. It just doesn't. If he did this 10 years ago, I'd buy it. If he did this 5 years ago and didn't want to be credited, I'd buy it. I don't understand. Why now? Why now?
It's Liar Liar, Truman Show, Simon Birch.
And what comes next? What's next for Jim?
Man on the Moon.
Yeah, what is he doing here? I don't get it. I really want to know.
It's a very odd time for him because his follow-up to Man on the Moon is going to be such a wild swing for you to understand.
Mr. 3000.
No, that's Bernie Mac.
Not that kind of swing. I got you.
No, different swing.
All right. Yes, I don't know. Not that he's bad in it. I actually think it's one of his nicer low-key performances.
Oh, yeah, I gotta add it on my letterbox. Where is this gonna
nicer
rank
low-key
now?
performances, but I just don't understand why he did it. It is one of the great confusions, one of the greatest mysteries of Hollywood history. Why did Jim Carrey do Simon Birch? All right, I'd like to thank our sponsors, Bon Jovi. Never gonna say goodbye to Bon Jovis. I'd like to thank Lev Van Rensselaer for minding those audio boards and keeping us sounding so slippery smooth. I'd like to thank my co-host Joe Vekeman for stopping by.
Thank you for having me.
And I am your host, Patrick Skeyhill. You can watch my features, documentaries, short films, video essays, animations, behind-the-scenes footage, and so much more at QuixoticUnited.com and social media, presumably with a similar-sounding name. Thank you all for listening. Joe, say goodnight.
Good night.
Don't want no short people. Don't want no short people. Don't want no short people around here. Short people are just the same as you.
You can see, three movies a week at the AMC.
Mm-hmm.
That's about a total of 12 movies a month.
Hell yeah.
I've currently seen, Joe, 13 movies at the AMC this month due to some unscrupulous timings on my part.
You are in absolute freak mode. You're about to lap me, and I'm like, what?
Well, it helped.
The tables have turned.
We're in this rare confluence that never happens, where I have the time and AMC has the films I want to see. There are many months out of the year where it's a struggle to get the two I need to see to make the pass worth it.
I agree, even for me.
Yeah.
and I am a lot more open to garbage.
Fortunately, the theater is playing all these Oscar things, so I've been able to catch up on some of the viewings. Don't have everything yet, but anything I could see at a theater near me. Whatever this Brazilian film is, I can't find anywhere. It says it's playing, but I can't prove it.
I'm still here.
The one I thought was the...
Yes, the Joaquin Phoenix one, but which one?
Well, anyway. And then a bunch of them are.
No, and yes, the Bob Dylan one too. They have.
Yeah.
There's 3 movies with very similar
I
titles.
know. And then there's a bunch on streaming. Well, A Complete Unknown is such a bad title for that movie now that I've seen it. Because he spends about 2 minutes being a complete unknown in the movie, and then that never mattered again. I don't know why you called it that.
I think it means something else. Like he's like kind of like an unknown like entity, like you can never figure the guy out. Right?
I'm not buying that. That movie didn't do a great job of selling Bob Dylan to me. I won't lie.
Chalamet is winning that Oscar this year.
We'll get to that when we discuss the Oscars.
Did you see him on SNL?
No.
Like just the clips at least? 'Cause I saw the
No.
clips of him like singing Bob, like really weird, like unknown Bob Dylan songs. Like people don't like ever like listen to these ones. And he was like, I've picked out 2 from his catalog that no one's ever fucking heard of. Here you go.
You're stuck with it, unenthused SNL audience. And they're like, ugh.
No, everyone was into it. Everyone was like thinking it was hot shit. And guess who, and I'm going to bring it in to our podcast.
Okay.
Guess who fucking introduced Chalamet as the musical guest?
I don't know.
Adam Sandler.
Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah, Shamalama.
Why was he there? Why did he do that? Did he do a different
Because he
skit?
used to work on SNL.
So
No,
he's like, I'm gonna fly to New York for this 5-second
literally
thing.
doing this. Yeah, literally doing this for Chalamet, and it was kind of a continuing of the bit from the Golden Globes.
Okay.
So,
well, I don't care.
I think he is so dialed in. He is the front runner, and I think the only competition he has is Adrian Brody.
We'll talk about the Oscar noms when we get there
Yeah.
in today's episode. So I guess we should just start.